And nobody, here's the really messed up part. No one on TikTok can hear this. So I don't know how this is going to work. Let me see if I can do my audio on, because this whole thing is so frustrating. I'm going to put my audio back on my speakers. Try and talk and let me see if I can hear you.
How's the sound going?
It sounds okay, but
Okay.
I don't know if the TikTok thing's gonna work or not on here. It's really frustrating.
Hmm.
Um, but TikTok's just now loading up. We're live on Facebook and YouTube right now. Um, so while everybody kind of gets here, I just want to say, hey Marilyn, you're on TikTok. Can you hear? I'm gonna have Angela. It's really messed up because TikTok's not letting me stream through my streaming software. So I have to go on my mobile and go, and then we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook right now through my software. But I want to see if you can hear my friend Angela, who's got some questions about what's going on. So say something, Angela.
How's my sound? Everybody hear me?
Can you guys hear her?
Let me know.
You can. Okay. Okay, then that'll work. Cool. So, um, we have to play with this whole TikTok versus my streaming software. And like I said, we are live on Facebook, on YouTube. So if you guys prefer to see everything going on, go over to the tube onto, just look up at Bernadette Gold 1 or Bernadette Gold and you'll find me on YouTube. Because we are broadcasting live on there too. What we wanted to talk about, Angela was sending me some messages. She lives in Minnesota. So she's got a lot of concerns about what's going on. Um, and I wrote a Substack today because I haven't really wanted to make content. TikTok's kind of messing with all my content. And so it's been difficult, right? To want to make any kind of content and address the things going on. I know they need to be addressed. Some of the advice out there is shitty. Like there's some advice. Angela shared a post with me, and the advice was crap. I think and when you look into the guy's profile, which basically he was saying, we need to live our lives. They're just trying to impart fear, and we can't do that. Well, then when you look at this guy's profile, he has very little other than he's trying to make money as a mortgage broker. So yeah, you want business to continue, but when you're talking to women with children and they are minorities, that's not a reasonable freaking request. So I wrote a Substack piece about it. But so Angela was asking me some things about what can she do, like what's reasonable and what can the community do because she's part of the Hmong community in Minnesota. You're outside of St. Paul, right?
No,
Where are you?
I am in St. Paul.
You're in St. Paul. Okay. So she's in St. Paul and ICE is hyperactive. Now I'm in outside of San Antonio and we've gotten multiple alerts that they're doing checkpoints here. Um, and they're ramping up activity in San Antonio and Houston and Dallas, all over the place. So it is scary. And and yet I don't want you guys to feel fear. I really don't want anyone to be in a place of fear because that's not going to be helpful. But you also can't be ignorant to what's going on and just like this guy was saying, just go out and live your life. Just pretend like it's not happening. That is not a reasonable thing right now. Angela's shaking her head. I wish you guys could see her on camera. Go to YouTube. Like for real. If you guys want to jump in the conversation. So Angela, like let's get this started. Like tell me what's going on with you? Like how are you handling it? What do you want to know? What can I help you with?
As a mother, I am feeling everything a mother is feeling right now with children, like fear, um, uncertainty, everything in that place of trying to balance not being in fear, but at the same time freaking out. And at the same time, having trust and faith. It's like so much coming in together just to be human, you can say. And so,
So one of my recommendations to you was keep your kids home from
mhm,
school.
yes.
Like force the districts, the school districts in these areas to be accountable. Like
Hmm.
I'm sure the teachers are not feeling safe going to school either. So
Yeah.
like if you like request from the school district online learning like we did with COVID. They were able to pull that off, you know, and I know Minneapolis did that, and you said your school was going to do it next week.
Yeah, they're gonna do it next week.
So other parents must have called.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that is what that takes.
Yep.
Like the parents need to call and say, I'm not sending my kids to school. Like call the school district, call your mayor, call your governor. These are the times like this guy's post that she shared also was like report ICE abuses to where was it? To the DOJ. And I'm like, they're the ones doing this stuff. Why would you report it? They don't care.
Yeah.
Hi, Adam, over on TikTok. So yeah, don't I am not muted. Can you not hear me? Marilyn's hearing me just fine. Someone's saying I'm muted. Turn up your volume. I mean, you guys can hear okay over on TikTok. If you want to listen over on YouTube, just go over to the tube. Um, you can hear me? Okay. Yeah, don't report it there. There are places you can report it. I know that there was a site set up by the Democrats where you can report things, but you can send it to your local representatives. So call your schools. If you have kids like Angela has a bunch of kids, like don't send them to school. You know, it's going to take everyone doing what's best for their family. That's what I think. Like, you got to do what's best for your kids. I'm not saying sit home and be in fear. I'm saying don't participate in this patriarchal bullshit that is letting these goons run around and hurt people and take them, right?
Hmm. Yep. I
Uh,
agree.
they are what like they picked someone up outside a bus stop yesterday, right? I saw that
Mm,
on
I
on TikTok. Like
probably didn't
they
see that
nabbed
part.
someone off of TikTok or off of a bus stop. Here they have checkpoints. So minimize your activities where you don't have to do it. Angela and I talked about they're not active at night. The frozen guys are not active at night because they're scared. They don't want to
Hmm.
be out there. They can't see what's off in the distance, so they are staying in their hotels at night.
Yeah.
She is home with them. Yeah, so she's keeping her kids from school tomorrow, and
Yeah.
then Monday is a holiday, and then next week St. Paul's going on online learning. They're doing virtual learning, but
Hmm.
that took parents calling and saying, "I
Hmm.
don't feel safe sending my kids to school."
Yeah.
Is
It's
there
still, I think it's still a part of it's still voluntary, but I'm not 100% sure yet because we're still waiting for the school to do their thing and see where that goes.
She's
But
saying she saw them out last night in a video, they were attacking people. Well, a as far as, like, going grocery shopping, like we were talking, they're not real active at the grocery stores at night.
yeah.
Um, so and don't go by yourself, that's the other thing with women. You
Hmm.
know, my thing is in dealing with these things, the for this guy to be giving this advice, just live your life normally, is that what the Jews did during the Holocaust? Like, that's stupid. They weren't just gonna go out into the open. And I've seen ICE agents my whole life. Illegal aliens used to be scared of raids all the time. Why is it different now? Adam, it's different because they are grabbing people that are citizens,
Hmm.
either by birth or naturalized. They're
And
nabbing them.
yeah, racially profiling just
Racial, yeah. So the Supreme
anybody.
Court gave them the okay to racially profile. Do you see the color of my skin? Angela's Asian. They are actually going to people's houses and telling them, "Hey, do you have Asian neighbors?" Like they don't have warrants for this crap. They're just nab and grab whoever they can because they get paid based on their quotas. That's why it's different now. It's different when you have a woman that got shot. It's different when you have a guy they shot in the eye the other night in California, like with point blank range with one of their non-lethal whatevers. I know, right? Did you see what happened? Like, I'm not here to debate with you guys. I'm trying to give some sanity. So the other thing that we can do, and Angela, what else do you want to know? Because I know the peace thing is a big deal too. Like, you're pretty shaken up with all this because you're in the middle of it.
Yeah, pretty shaken. I was asking you earlier about martial law, and sometimes I still get confused by that too. But then at the same time, I was like, isn't that what we're kind of seeing?
This is not martial law.
But then
It's not. It's not. So they have militarized, and this is the difference. They have militarized ICE. They are not trained. These guys are not trained. As what came out from a journalist today, she went and applied online. No background check. She smoked legal marijuana 6 days before the drug test. Still passed. They didn't do a background check. They didn't train her. They didn't anything. Nothing. And they approved her. So they're approving and hiring anyone that they possibly can. When you're talking martial law, that is when the military comes in, they set up checkpoints, they do curfews, right? The military, they are trained. Our military is not supposed to be used against American citizens. Trump is now saying he wants to enact the Insurrection Act, which is a bunch of crap, because people are protesting because he doesn't want anyone protesting. But then at the same time, they're going door to door. None of this is martial law yet. Martial law, however, will be in martial law before the month is out. I mean, maybe. Martial law's a whole lot more scary because now our military is making curfews. Our military is telling us that we have to stay home. It's no different than what happened during COVID in Australia. Like Australia, they literally were not letting you through unless you had paperwork that said you were essential. You were an emergency essential. We didn't see that here in the States, but they did see it in Australia.
Holy crap.
So this is not martial law. This is literally, they're not lawful. These guys are not abiding by any laws. So I think it's normal to be afraid. Not from a fearful standpoint, but from a be aware of what's happening. Don't, and for anyone who's brown like me or Asian like Angela, I heard a list of cold agents information's been leaked. Yeah, it has. We need to protect their houses and family. I just don't. Okay, hold on. I just get rid of this shit. I'm not protect them. No, blocked. Goodbye. We're not here to protect the ICE agents who are doing unlawful things. I block them. Don't worry about it. Like that. It's a username, so it's probably a bot account, which is happening more and more and more. If they came to your door, what would you do? Do you have a plan?
I mean, I do. But at the same time, I know I'm not going to open the door. I know I'm going to ask them.
Kids know that.
Yes, my kids know that. But again, it's something that we have to continuously remind and talk about it every day, every time.
Unless they have a warrant. And this is where printing out some of the information, if you guys look up on the web, what are your rights if ICE shows up at your door? What are your rights? If they do not produce a warrant, they cannot illegally enter your home. They're not supposed to be able to pull you out of vehicles without probable cause either. And yet they are doing it.
They're doing it in every way possible, even like looking up your license plates, whatever it is, whatever you can imagine.
Well, for now, I think it's better, like, when there's that much activity and there's protests going on, for the people who are at risk, stay home. Like, it's not unreasonable to just buckle down at home, but
Hmm.
then you have to have a plan, and your family needs to know, here's the deal if they show up at the door, because they are doing things just based on the color of your skin. They're not doing, like, it doesn't matter that you were born here, your children were born, it doesn't matter to them,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. Yep.
And we've talked about it in my household. I have cameras, so we can see. I don't think they'd want to mess with our house. We need a well-regulated situation. 5 minutes ago. Yeah, no kidding. And I think that's the biggest part, is the central nervous system's just thrown into survival mode right now. Like, I've been
Yep.
saying that for months. Um, but I would print out what to say if they come to your door. I would print out and keep in your purse what to say if, or on your phone, what to say if they pull you over, or if you end up going through a checkpoint. Because if you don't have that stuff and they show up at your door and you're not ready, Angela, like, it's already too late.
Yeah, I have that printed out and everything.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I have it printed out, and read through all of that. But again, it comes back down to remembering to do it every day, because it's not normal.
That nothing's normal about that.
It's not normal. And still, till this day, I still freak out kind of a little bit about it, because it's like I have to memorize it now. No, I'm not saying like I should, but then it's like I have to memorize it now, because what if it happens? I don't know what to say. I freeze.
And that's normal too. Fight, flight, freeze, right?
Hmm.
This whole thing about people are running away from ICE agents. Well, yeah, they feel threatened.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
feel threatened. That is a normal psychological response, whether you've done something wrong or not,
Hmm.
especially when we've all seen these images of people being, their car windows being broken, their doors being stormed, people being
Oh, I
hit.
have this question that my husband brought up. He was
Okay.
like, "How come, some people, like on social media, they're saying, uh, stand your rights and say your
Stand your
rights,
ground.
stand your grounds, and say your rights," and then some people are saying, "No, when they ask you questions, answer that you're a citizen, give them your proof and everything, and then you should be well on your way." And so my husband's like, "I'm a bit confused. Like, what's what?" You know?
In
And
some
so
cases, they will leave you alone.
I
In some
know.
cases, they won't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about, like, these agents are not trained.
Mhm.
They're deciding based on their own lack of emotional regulation who to target, who to mess with,
Mhm.
you know, and yeah, you can, like, if they want your ID and stuff like that, should you give it to them? I don't know. It depends on the situation, honestly. And if
I
they
know.
don't have a warrant, they don't have a right. You can just tell them, I was born in this city, in this state. I'm a US citizen. And then what I've seen with some of the attorneys is, like, use your Fifth Amendment rights to stay silent. Immediately contact an attorney, because they're not going to give you one. But on a spiritual level, let's take this from another protection level. There are ways, and Angela, because you've worked with me long enough, like, get into the cubist space, guard your, like, put your house into a protection cube. When you're driving, same thing.
Mhm. Yep. Exactly what I've been
And
doing.
use binding prayers constantly. I bind X, the ICE agents from messing with me and my family.
Mhm.
Call it out, do the binding. And for those of you that are watching this stream, like, the Bible says, and I don't believe all of what the Bible says, but the Bible does say, and it does work because I've done it for years, what you bind in the name of Jesus will be bound in heaven. Whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. What you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. So then you loose the power of the Holy Spirit. And you ask specifically for what you want. I bind shit all the time. When I am out, I bind semi trucks here in Texas because they don't know how to drive, constantly cause accidents from getting anywhere close to my vehicle. But you can do that in your home as well. Um, Breathing every day. Every day
Yep.
you have to like spend some time slowing down your breath.
Yeah. Relaxing your body and everything like that too. Reminding myself and doing that too. So
That sound someone on here, Forest Meadow, saying that brought me calm. The one of the quickest ways you guys want to like know to calm your nervous system is take a deep breath and let out the sound just let out the sound and do it until that sound is no longer ragged. It's more of a because we shallow breathe when we're panicked, when we're scared. We hold our breath up in our chest, not into our diaphragm. Immediately, that tells your nervous system there's something to be afraid of, be on alert. And that's where then you get the anxiety, you get all the other things. Yeah.
tense
What
up.
else did you want to know?
I also wanted to know, like, um, I mean, I see the protests and everything, and I see all that happening, and I don't know. I've been thinking about a revolt. Like, is that ever going to happen? Is that something that's should
It's not going
happen?
to happen by protest. They're not afraid of protests.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
And I'm not saying don't protest and yeah, fine if you feel safe to do so. We have been protesting. No kings. We've done, the protests have been happening, and then they're changing the narrative and calling it riots. So, like, is protest? It's not the protests that are going to do it. We actually have to stop participating in the systems that are empowering this. So
Yep.
it really does come down to the blue states are already talking about withholding their federal funding because they're not funding the blue states. They do that, the red states are screwed. I live in a red state, more of a purple state anymore, but it really is like, don't go to Chick-fil-A, don't shop at Hobby Lobby, don't support Amazon. Like the power of the purse is what these assholes respond to. And then every day, call your senator, call your governor, call your House member, call your Senate member, or send them emails and keep the pressure going. You know what I'm saying? I know it feels like we're screaming into the void and nobody's listening.
Yeah.
But when you have kids to protect and you're a woman and you're a minority, you're one of the targets. I say it's better safe. Stay home. Because what good is it if you either get picked up, you get tear gas, you get, and literally they have people that are inciting some things like screaming cuss words to ICE agents is doing what exactly?
Nothing.
I mean, the No Kings went off without a hitch. And I'm not saying we should not protest, but the protests aren't doing what everyone wants them to do. It's not stopping this administration. They need to impeach all of them.
Yep.
Second
I
Amendment
agree.
against tyrannical government. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But, we shall see what happens if they try to go door to door here in Texas, because Texas has a lot of Second Amendment rights. And Texas is one of the don't tread on me states. So it's fine if you tread on anyone that's not white. Like that seems to be what it's come down to. We do need to organize a complete strike. Yes, a labor strike, boycott of all of these places. Like
Yep.
it's the only thing that matters right now.
Yep. I agree. Man,
What else?
I feel like that strike would be the best option
I've
right
been
now
saying
too.
that since last year. I've been saying
Mm-hmm.
this since last year. Like, stop. We have to walk out. People have to be willing to walk out of their jobs, walk out of school. Don't don't purchase any, like, until they listen. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only way. Like, that's what these other countries have been able to do that overturn this kind of tyranny that we haven't. We haven't. We've done one-day protests, or little groups will protest. Like, no, it has to be a complete, we are not playing your game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a complete of.
I know they won't do it, unfortunately. I keep hoping, 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 but we're slipping into, this has gone beyond authoritarian drift and right into dictatorship. We are at a really scary place right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they've amped it up and ramped it up. And now Iran's making threats, and that's the other thing too, right? You guys have food stock, water, food.
We have some, um, but yeah, I mean, if we need that, it would just only be at night. Otherwise, other than that, a lot of stores are closing.
Going out of business, closing, or just closing?
Just closing because they have no workers, just closing because of the fear of ICE, closing because everything has slowed down. Like, pretty much going out there is like a ghost town, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so it's either you have to kind of grab your stuff like during the day or right before they close, or you just gonna have to kind of wait. So not
It
much.
makes, yeah. Well, thankfully here that isn't the case yet. Like, I just had to go to the bank because I'm trying to move, and they've made it so difficult. Like, 5 years ago when I moved here, I opened a personal credit union because I had credit union in Washington. My business account was with the credit union. My personal accounts here, they it required so much erroneous, stupid paperwork at my credit union. Well, I've been fighting with them for 2 days to move my money and open a business account there. Um, and they've made it a little easier, but I've been running back and forth. I had to go to the bank and get some things notarized to hand in and all these crazy things because my accounts have been with Wells Fargo and I'm not happy about it. But I didn't really have much of a choice. Now I'm moving. I'm with RBFCU. Yeah. So I am get like they are. I sent them the final piece of whatever affidavit that they needed, um, because I'm moving all my money out of Wells Fargo. Like, and I've been trying, but they just changed. They eased up on their policies of what they were requiring, to open a business account here at our credit union. But it's things like that. Don't do business with Chase. Don't do business with Bank of America, with Wells Fargo. All those things we have control over. And it is, I know, I'm all about, yep, fuck Wells Fargo. But, you know, it is going to mess me up a little bit with all of my direct deposits. And yet for my business, but it is what it is, you know. It's
Hmm.
just been a nightmare trying to take care of it. It shouldn't take 2 days to open a damn bank account when it took me 5 minutes at Wells Fargo originally.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what we're getting right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's that stuff too. Like, at this point. And check the companies you're doing business with. You guys, like, I was going to use Riverside FM to do my streaming and be able to have live call ins with a phone number. And I looked into who owned the company. Jesus' home country, country that starts with an I.
Mm.
And while they are one of the best out there, I'm like, I don't give a shit. You're not getting my money, and you're not going to have control over what I say on live streams and podcasts. So I had to find another way to do it.
It's so crazy. Literally everything is
Everything.
so.
You have to look. You have to be aware who's involved, who's making money off of it, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
But yeah. So yeah, my advice to you, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be, I mean, If you are afraid, here's the thing, because I don't want to just say that blanket statement and it goes in one ear and out the other. If you are scared of and disgusted by what's happening, name it. There's a thing about naming the emotion that you're feeling and acknowledging what you're feeling. It's another thing to sit in fear or react from fear. Two totally different things. I'm not saying y'all can't feel afraid. All of us feel somewhat afraid of what these people are capable of that seem inhuman and very demonic at base. Um, we should recognize that and call it what it is. But what we should not do is sit in that place of, I'm never leaving my home. I'm going to be paranoid and looking out my door. That's not helpful. That's not going to help anybody. Not
Mhm.
you, not that. Then you're putting out that energy all the time.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I know we're gonna always have one of those feelings and going in and out of that. But yeah, I agree. You don't stay in that.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't help anything.
No, because you literally then it's super tense and your body can't take it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now you're stuck in survival mode. Nothing's working anymore. So,
Yeah, I think one of the hard things for me that was getting to me and that was getting making it very hard for me because I'm sensitive
yeah.
and absorbing and also seeing all of this made me almost spin out into craziness. And I was like, shit, no, I need to talk to somebody before I go crazy. And
That's the other
oh,
thing. Call somebody. Angela
yeah.
reached out to me. Soren J is saying, call your congressperson. Yeah, we already talked about that. Every day, call them every day, not one time. Like, call your governor, call your mayor, call your Congress, your Senate every day until they do something. I know they put in impeachment articles today for Christie, no, but I mean, what good is that going to do when they'll just hire another one? I'm not saying they shouldn't have done it. I'm saying impeach all of
Mhm.
them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. All.
Because they are not working for, and this president seems to think he's only the president for the people who voted for him. And even them, he's abandoning what he ran on, no wars. Look at how many threats have been made now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all these people best friend. Like, it's funny how many people I get to block on
On TikTok.
TikTok. Like, I'm not fighting with people. I'm not here to talk to MAGA people about how great their fucking president is, because he has not been great. The economy sucks. Food prices are up. You
Hmm.
know, everything is volatile. Nobody feels safe if they're of any kind of minority group, leaving their homes, going to work, doing simple things, going shopping.
Hmm.
Most of Europe is agreeing with him. Is that why they just stationed a bunch of people in Greenland and Iceland? I think not. I know there's a lot of bots and it's perfectly fine. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on because I'm not making content right now. Like, I haven't felt like making content. I did finally put up a Substack today, partially because I'm having issues with the algorithm. Secondly, there's just so much noise out there that are terrorizing people. It's terrorizing people.
Hmm. Hmm. I had to take myself out of social media.
A
Not
lot of people are
everything,
having
but
to.
then, yeah, because being sensitive and reading through all that, I'm just like, no, I'm gonna go crazy. Out.
I'm able to handle it, but I set a kind of a timer of how long I'm going to watch. And if there's nothing informative that is helpful, right?
Yep.
If there's nothing informative, I'm not going to deal with it. Like, And then I just go looking for news on my own and not US news. Like I go through the other channels of news to keep up with what's going on. But if you just limit like 20 minutes a day and force yourself off these apps,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen next week on the 22nd, which is interesting. The sale finalization for TikTok is the same day the CR expires for the government, the continuing resolution to fund the government. So the government's going to go down in a shutdown again. And then at the same time, we've got this TikTok takeover, which makes Jesus' home country's leader very happy because he's the one that wanted control of TikTok. But then we don't get any news from the other countries, any content from the other countries. So how are we any different than them taking away the internet?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
I'm not going to, start your own PW. What is a PWN? I have no idea what a PWN is. So, yeah. I mean, yes, there's Blue Sky and Skylight.
Yeah.
A lot of it is lies, but there is good information on here. There are people that are doing videos and letting people know what's going on. That's how we found out the truth about Renee Good, is because of social media.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's the plan between now and the midterms? Look, we don't have 10 months, you guys. Like this whole
No.
crap about vote in the mid, we don't have, think about what happened in the last 12 months. I don't think we should be sitting complacent waiting for the midterms.
Can't wait. In
No.
the situation that I'm in right now, I cannot imagine until that time. We cannot wait. It's like I feel like it has to happen now.
Yeah, Megan's saying your dollar is your vote. Midterms might not happen. We can't wait. We cannot wait for the midterms. We've got to push back now. You've got ideas, list them. Tell us, what are they?
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's gotten to the point where, again, I think a general strike's in order. I think if everybody walks out of school and, off their jobs and says, this is it, we're not playing anymore. Stop this. You have to shut down commerce, shut down business as usual, or they're just not going to listen.
Yep.
Yeah, the CR ends at the end of this month. Around the 22nd, 23rd is when that will end up coming up. General strike, $0 to the monopolies or large corporations. Yeah. I think that's, and I've been saying that for months. For months, we have to not play into the system. That's the only way these people will listen. Democrats will give in like they did last time. Perhaps they will, but I don't know. I know the plan has been, and everyone in DC that works for the government is already ready for the shutdown. They know it's going to happen. So more agencies get wiped out. The whole system's broken. We've already seen that. The system's broken. Governor Walz basically stood for Trump last night. Yeah, the people in Minnesota, the girl I have on right now, she lives in Minnesota. So yeah, he did not, he should be calling in the National Guard, not the president.
Nope.
Another 2 to 3 months of government shutdown or more. Remember, he said you won't have to vote anymore. Yeah, Walz took no stance. I know they're a little afraid. All the states are, but at the same time, the state level is the only place we have any power anymore. Your state level is where the legal actions have to come from too. State level is where there's no impunity for these ICE agents as well. But that's why I'm saying, call your representatives, your mayor, your governor, all of it. And shut down the government until the midterms. We don't have till the midterms. I don't care what anybody says. I'm telling you guys right now, we don't have till the midterms.
Can't wait.
No,
You-
everything that we do between now and April is going to have a big mighty effect. We have to be loud about our pushback. And the only way I see it working is stop commerce. Stop the machine. We have to stop the machine.
Mhm. I mean, people are scared now, like
Terrified.
terrified to go to the store to go get food, just to go to the gas station, just to take their kids to the bus stop. Like
It is.
midterms, like midterms. What? So is people not gonna get food then? What?
I don't
That's
know. Uh,
crazy.
and Megs is saying, "Is that Angela?" Yeah, we're on YouTube. We're Face or TikTok. Let me stream on my software one time, and now it's escalated to tech support. There's something they're not approving through my streaming software, but we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube right now. So just go onto YouTube. Then you can see her and hear her without any problems. I gave up on the Democrats. Yeah. It's going to have to come from local movements, us organizing together. And honestly, they're going to start messing with social media to where, we're only going to see what they want us to see. The censorship is real, y'all.
Yep.
Bad. Dems calling to retrain ICE. Yeah, we don't need to retrain ICE. We need to abolish ICE. Buy earplugs and gas mask. Not sure how much I care to fight anymore. Been 500 years for us. I hear you. I mean, look, me and my Asian friends have talked the same way. It's like the white people need to start fighting. They're coming for them. Like they're coming for everybody. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They want what they want. This is no longer, even at some point it's going to be those who have and those who have not. That is what it's trickling into. And it's time for Caucasians to start fighting for this country.
Yep.
I have my passport, but I have kids here and I have a father here, and honestly, they're making it difficult to even leave anymore. There's Megs. She said, I can see both of you. Yay. Yeah. Yeah. I just opened TikTok because on my phone because I can't do it any other way. Like we had to broadcast mobile and then regular on the stream. But if I was UCW, I'd be out too. I'd be out too. I got a granddaughter that lives with us with my daughter and her husband, and then my 84-year-old dad, who's a Vietnam veteran. We've talked about it. That's the other thing I'm seeing. Like, don't fall for this shit. Get your bug out bags ready. Someone explain to me when you've got this stuff going on the streets, where are you going to go? Where are you going to bug out to? All these people selling bug out kits on TikTok and where are you going to go exactly? And how are you going to get there? Fear monger is disgraceful. Law enforcement is overwhelmed by years of open border. You are so full of shit. Goodbye. I'm a fear monger.
What
Oh
the
my
hell?
God. No, I really want to know where people think white people need to wake up and realize we're not protected by the system. No. Renee Good should have showed everybody that. And that kid that was 22 years old that got shot in the eye and lost his vision the other day. Kennedy and Johnson gave us Vietnam. Gotta bug out to another country, not another city in America. Yeah, but I'm seeing all these things with get your bug out bag, create, where are you gonna go? Over the border. They're trying to shut the borders to keep us in. He is waiting for a reasonable reason to declare martial law. That's what we were talking about too. I'd be paranoid if my ancestors stole countries too, for real. Yeah. Like ancestrally, I'm from Hawaii. Our family's from Hawaii, but we can't afford to live there because the colonization made it so freaking impossible. So like get all the white people off of there and let all of the people that were born and have culture from there, let them take it. Just like, why are you arresting Native Americans? The fuck? Native Americans, this is their homeland. Where are you going to deport them to?
Goodness.
This is this entire country's history are immigrants. America, when it became America, was a country of immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
I got 20 to 25 places I would bug out to. Yeah, no, you know. Oprah loves colonization. Oprah, who's the other dude? The Zuckerberg and the dude that bought the little island there. They're all the rich people love it. They love it. Racism, flat out. All of it's racism. All of it is racism. It's just, it's killing this country. So, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know too. I'm just like, I'm all for the strike.
Well,
Can't wait for this midterm. No way.
then
It's
we
gotta
have to
be
start
now.
talking about it in our communities to our families. Literally, we have to talk about it within our families and within our communities. We have to have a plan. I know the people's sick day started a thing, but it never happened.
It never
You know,
happened.
I get the organization, but at this point, we have to mobilize as people and just say no more. We're not going to school. We're not going to work. Fuck y'all. You will listen, you know?
Yeah.
It has to come down to that because I don't see any other way.
Yeah.
General strike with at least 10 to 15 million would do a lot. I think so too. I think so too. Like that, to me, that's the only, you shut down commerce, which is what these people are hoarding, is the wealth and that power. If they don't have any power to tell us what to do and make us do it, they are screwed. If we can get everybody to agree, that's it. We're done. Until these people are off our streets, until this administration is gone, because our economy is hitting all-time lows.
Yep.
I know America is extremely individualistic, and that is the way that they have kept it. And that is how this administration works too. It's like asking a duck to bark. I know, but the only people that are going to save us is us. We have to do something. Organized plan this week, Second Amendment. I don't know what you're talking about. Withhold the labor because that's all they see us as. I know, labor to be extracted. We are the customer and the consumer too. The only way it's going to work, and maybe it is going to take them really removing all of our connection on social media so that we can't communicate with one another. The censorship getting so bad that people just say, okay, we're done. But I'd like to know what's enough. When's enough? I work for myself. So yeah, I work for myself by helping other people. And I've been doing this job for a long time, but yeah.
Yeah. Not
There's
many
not a
are.
lot of jobs out there anyways. That's the other problem is the unemployment rate is so damn high.
Yep. And people getting laid off, letting go, left and right. Just ridiculous.
It is getting ridiculous. Yeah. But, well, Miss Angela, how do you feel right now?
What I feel is that I wish people would really feel what I feel.
Which is what?
Like that what I'm going through is real. It's true. And that
Do you
it doesn't
feel
have
like
to
people
hit them.
aren't taking it serious when you're in the middle of all of it?
No. No. They always laugh at it, or whoever. They're laughing at it, or they say, oh, it's not going to hit me. Oh, it's not going to be my problem. I'm like, I don't want to be cursing anybody, but then
What is your extended family saying? Your sisters, and because
They're
they're all in St. Paul as well, right?
yeah, they're all in St. Paul or in the surrounding areas. They're all feeling the same way as I am too.
Just terrified.
Hmm. Looking out for each other, making sure that everybody's safe, talking to each other, checking in, pretty much all of that.
Lack of empathy is digging our grave because it will come to everyone's doorstep. I agree. I agree. You know, if
Yep.
if you haven't had them knock on your car window, or ask for your papers, or go door to door, and because they are threatening to go door to door, and they have started doing it in Minneapolis, I don't know how anyone, Angela, can act like how you feel isn't real.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
they were down, where 1103 is, 35 and 1103, which is
Oh
the
yeah.
next exit
Hmm.
off the
Hmm.
35 from where we are.
Uh-huh.
They had a checkpoint set up the other 2 days ago.
What the F?
Why is there a checkpoint? Why
Hmm.
are they over by the Air Force Base? Why are they on the northwest side of San Antonio and now downtown San Antonio? Like, why? Why? Do you
Why?
need so many ICE agents? I don't know how any of this is legal, and I don't think that it is, but because we have a big GOP sitting on the House and the Senate, it's like the Democrats are feeling helpless. It's got to happen at the state level. But, there's so many of us that are sitting there going, why? Why haven't you done anything? Why are we still in this situation? It's been 13 months of terror.
I mean, you just talking about that, it's just, I just have a lot of emotions going on. Like, this is not right.
It's not right, honey. And it's normal to have those emotions. And then, like, for me, I'll tell you, one of the things I do constantly is take it to prayer, directly to source and the divine feminine. I'm like, the patriarchy sucks. You've watched this. Give us the power, the words, whatever it takes, the energy to stand against this, united, to bring this evil down. Because if we are, in fact, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think on the spiritual level, we are, in fact, dealing with so much evil that we have to address that too, the darkness. And we have power outside of the physical realm. It's showing up in the physical realm, but if we take it to the spiritual realm too and do some damn warfare, it will do some good. And I'm not talking Christianity, religion, and all that stuff. I'm talking from the standpoint of you are spirit before you are human. Remember your divinity.
Yep.
Speak out those words to bind this madness. Speak out those words to create protection for you and your family. We are collectively all, I think, that are awake and aware, grieving right now. The dream we were all told, the bullshit dream, the American dream, the freedom that we were told we had that we obviously do not have. We are all collectively grieving. But Angela, like, you have every right to feel what you feel. You're in the middle of it. It's okay. But don't fall into the hopelessness. Don't let them take your hope. That is something you get to hold on to.
Yep. I'm doing that.
Carla's saying prayers to you, Angela. She got the little prayer hands up. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, girlfriend, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take at this point. I'm still holding out for Easter and energies dropping from Regulus aligning, that more people, the scales from their eyes will awaken. But it isn't going to matter unless it hits their hearts. And I think the biggest thing that is missing is just so much empathy empathy has been trained out of us, not
Yep.
us individually, but out of our society, so much so we've normalized so much crap. And in the last year, we've normalized all of this insanity that happens on a daily basis in the news cycle with this president. He's got what, a 70 something percent disapproval rate, and yet here they're still doing what they're doing.
Yep.
So the opposition party is great at creating hopelessness. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't think it's hopeless because we're still here today with all of the madness going on outside your door, girlfriend. You and your family are still safe.
Yep. We are.
So be grateful for that and hold on to that. This country has seen this over and over again. Keep your head up. We've never seen what we're going through right now. I'm sorry, but no, this country has
No.
never seen this level of hatred and violence on such a large scale, like across the board. We have not.
Nope.
We have not. Yes, with the blacks, absolutely. With slavery, yes, but not across the board, not at one time, not against all of these groups, the LGBTQ, the single women, no, like all of the minority group. Like, no, we have not seen it at this level and this dysfunctional and every branch of government compromised. We have not seen it this bad.
No.
I do remember Rodney King, and I lived in California when that was going on. I don't think the country was worse back then. I think there were pockets of worse. But all of this is every single state is going through their own stuff. You've got people now that homelessness is now illegal. You can be sent somewhere. If your kid has autism, they can send them somewhere. If your child sees themselves as gay, they can send them somewhere. Like, disabled people are not safe. Nobody's safe. They have removed our health care, right? They've made it almost impossible to get jobs. During Rodney King's, things were still operating in a way where people could survive. They're making it to where literally nobody's going to be able to survive if this continues. It's not sustainable. Surveillance wasn't there either. Yeah, surveillance, censorship, military strength. It's on a mass level that's unprecedented in this country. I agree, Megs. Like, that's the truth. There's nothing in our history in 250 years that is comparable to what is happening at the scale and at the pace that this shit is happening. Nothing. I don't care what anybody, nothing. And the hard part about this country versus the smaller countries, they can all hit their country's capital because they're small from location perspective, where we got to travel how many miles to get to the capital of the United States?
Yep.
People are just mad they aren't doing it. What are you talking about? Ugh. Anyways, breathe. Take care of you. Make sure you have, like, people keep telling me as far as what to plan for. The one thing, like, I'm very convinced of we're going to see this year is rolling power outages here and there. The grid is weak. It's a natural law for an empire to come to an end. I know it is. I know it's normal for empires to face a fall, especially when their values and their morals are only about a few and not the many. It's normal. When you only serve power and greed, it is normal for empires to fall. We are facing that right now. So if that's the case, great, fine. But do we all have to suffer through it? It's going to be uncomfortable regardless, but we can do things to make it less uncomfortable as we have to ride through this madness. I'm not here to tell anyone like any one thing or is going to fix it, because it isn't going to be one thing. The systems have to fall apart. We've known this was coming. But does that mean that we have to go through all of this massive trauma and kill each other and do these horrible things to one? No, I don't think so. All the things that are getting exposed right now too have to be exposed in order for it to be fixed. Right? That much we knew too. And I don't want to go through nuclear war. Someone's
No.
mentioning something about nukes, and it's like, my dad was saying that too. He goes, they nuke, like, that's just, the whole world is done. So the US isn't a country, it's an experiment. Yeah. This whole planet seems to be that way, an experiment in evil too. But there's good things. There's still good things. I mean, I'm not going to say that I've given up hope, because I haven't, but it's been tough.
Mhm.
And it will continue to be tough. So, Angela, reach out if you need anything. I'm sure within our Charm Life community, our Hidden Wisdom community, there's plenty of people that want to hold you up. And I have seen, even in our local area, there are people putting up videos. If you are too afraid to go to the store, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
They're having that here too. Yeah.
So take advantage of it.
Yeah.
If you need help, get the help.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
darling.
yeah. But this was good.
I hope so. I hope it answers some of that.
It did. Yeah.
They want us to go into martial law.
Yeah, that was why I was wondering about that. And so I don't want that.
Carla is saying we're all holding you and your family up. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
go into Hidden Wisdom too. Post some stuff in there and let the community hold you up as well. You know, we're all here. We are all in it. And we have to all be there for each other right now. But we also have to be willing to ask for help, which is something a lot of people are not good at. Hint, hint.
Yep.
I'm grateful you reached out. I'm grateful you're asking questions. I think we all need to be asking more questions and having these conversations. And I think people need to know how scary it is to be on the side of being threatened
Yeah.
just for existing,
Yeah. I didn't
just
think it
for
was going
being
to.
born Asian or Black or Hispanic or
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be this worse, but living through it, oh my God. I have no words for it. But then, like, I'm just saying, like, if you're not here and you don't know what we're going through, don't think
yeah,
don't think that you're not going to experience that as well.
no. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna end
That's
the
okay.
stream on the big screen, and then I'm just gonna finish it up on TikTok. But thank you, honey.
All right.
Let me
Okay.
know if you need anything.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.